Hey guys, Aaron Cybertron Zeng here, and today we're jumping right into Road to Ranked because I clicked record a little bit too late. So, kind of talk about some things in the future, but our first game of the day is up against a pretty scary team of Charizard, Tapu Fini, Tapu Koko, Whimsicott, Landorus, and Snorlax. So, of course, I'm using the new team that I debuted in yesterday's episode. Thank you for the comments on yesterday's episode, by the way, guys. You guys are really nice about my haircut. I was expecting to get roasted by all of you, but let's talk about this. So, Lele Metagross is definitely really good. There's a Tailwind option for my opponent's end. Not the biggest fan of bringing rain here. Other than maybe Politoed. I don't like Ludi here very much. Poly seems okay. I'm thinking of just going Lele Zapdos, though. I think I'm just going to go Lele Zapdos, Landorus, Metagross, yeah. It's like typically what I go with. I mean, obviously when I don't bring rain, I'm not going to want both Poly and Ludi. Poly's still pretty good because you get the rain up. Obviously that can disrupt Charizard a little bit. But, I mean, I guess you could actually make a pretty good case for Poly here. I just want the Landorus so I can intimidate my opponent's Landorus. Because I think if you're my opponent, you probably bring Charizard, Whimsicott, Koko, and Landorus. So I guess in retrospect, Politoed would actually be pretty decent against that. But so is Landorus. So I'll lock in. We'll see how this goes. Yeah, so like I mentioned, the new team from yesterday's episode, I'm going to use this probably for like a week and a half or so. I'm back in school now after being at home and being in Hong Kong for a while. A little bit sick right now, but I'm doing my best to get back on the grind for daily uploads. And as always, if you guys enjoy Road to Rank, please share support by leaving a like in the video. I'd really appreciate it. And yeah, let's just see what our opponent brings, because that's definitely a pretty scary team. I think Whimsicott always one of the scariest Pokemon to go up against because you never know what its full move pool is. But Lele Zapdos, you know, guarantees that I at least get the boost off with Zapdos, and I can potentially pressure with Tailwind. We see Charizard Whimsicott, which I'm okay with here. Excuse me. So, I'm going to get the Psychic Surge off. Now, the thing is, I might not want a Tailwind because the Whimsicott can Encore me. So I could just Thunderbolt. But I kind of, it's just like, I want to Tailwind. I think I will Tailwind. Yeah, I'm going to Tailwind and Psychic Charizard. Because even if you Encore me, I could just switch Zapdos out basically to Landorus. Charizard can protect here, so maybe I should have Psychic Whimsicott, but actually, yeah, in retrospect, I think I probably would have liked Psychic Whimsicott more. But okay, Charizard protects. So good play there. But I'm Scarf, so I'll still be faster than Charizard next turn. And Whimsicott just Tailwinds of its own. Okay, yeah, that's fine. So now the main question I have is, does Whimsicott go for a Encore? Does it even have Encore? Because if it does, like, I could just gamble and stay in with Zapdos myself. Do I really want to gamble that? Probably not. I'm more inclined, I think, to just switch into Landorus and Psychic the Charizard. Because if I knock out Charizard, that clears the way up for my Metagross. Yeah. And if I attack around the Whimsicott, basically, my opponent's only going to have one main means of offense. Whimsicott also can't use any Prankster moves on top of Lele or anything that's grounded. So unfortunately, you can still Encore Zapdos despite Psychic Terrain being up, I believe. Just because Zapdos isn't grounded. I'm pretty confident on that mechanic, but if I'm wrong, maybe you guys can let me know. But I'm pretty sure. But I'm still going to launch the Psychic into the Charizard slot because that is the biggest threat to my Metagross. I don't think Scarf Modest Psychic knocks out Charizard, but it should chunk it a lot. And then Charizard shouldn't be able to knock me out in return unless it goes specifically for an Overheat. A Heat Wave won't knock me out either. Whimsicott actually swaps out, so I could have stayed in with Zapdos, and it's probably going to be a Tapu coming in, yeah. So this is going to be interesting because my Lele is out EV to underspeed Koko so that I win the Terrain War. But like I mentioned in yesterday's episode, I probably should just change that. So this could get kind of ugly. I could just be eating up a Heat Wave here. I really wish I stayed in with Zapdos now, because I would have still had the special defense increase as well. So if he switches out, maybe he doesn't have Encore then. We'll see. Ideally, he like overheats, knocks out Lele. I get a free switch in, back out into Zapdos. Heat Wave is just kind of ugly because then like it depends on how fast the Charizard is. Alright, so I reveal I'm Scarfed, get the Psychic off. That is bulky. He does actually overheat, but Lele actually avoids it. Maybe that's actually the better case scenario. That is very fortunate. Definitely very fortunate. Given how well it took that Psychic... Actually, I mean, Psychic Terrain isn't up. So maybe I shouldn't be surprised that it took it that well. He should know I'm Scarfed. Unless... Actually, I mean, I could be like Max B Layla and he could just be slow. I want to Psychic and Rock Slide the Coco slot. Yeah, I'm gonna go for that. I expect Charizard to protect here. Yeah. Okay. Actually, he could be like HP Ice. Oh no, he just Volt Switches. Okay, cool. That's fine, because anything coming in is going to take a ton of damage. I do confirm he's also Max Speed Coco, which is good. Not that that's too surprising, but that's always good information in case they're like considering Modest instead. I think, yeah, so if Whimsicott comes back in, that might just get knocked out. It's actually Landers. That's also perfectly fine with me. I could have gone for a knockoff onto that slot. Maybe that would have been better, but Rockslide covered everything. I don't know how fast the Charizard is. I am Admin max speed, I believe. That looks like AV Landorus. Yeah, that's gotta be AV Landorus. Rockslide still does a pretty good amount there. So, since it's AV, I could just Psychic the Landorus slot, Rockslide Charizard. But Charizard is the bigger threat to me, so I think I'm just gonna Rockslide and Psychic Charizard. Yeah, because like Charizard either switches out, something gets knocked out. Banned Rockslide doesn't knock out Landers at this point, but yeah, I don't know. Yo, he stays in with both. Oh, or she, excuse me. That's really good because now this Rockslide single target as well. It probably just gets me a double knockout. Yeah, that was definitely an unfortunate overheat miss. I assume that knocks out, and I'm faster too. So yeah. Like, I was saying, like, I actually don't, like, I wanted the overheat to knock me out, so then I get a free switch in, back out into either Zapdos or Metagross, but obviously it's better for the miss. And now I'm up 4-2, yeah. But, yeah, this kind of demonstrates how good Scarflailer can be, just because it's able to outspeed things like Landers and Charizard. Those are things you could potentially outspeed anyway, normally, but their base speeds are higher, so if they run max speed, obviously they will be faster. Now, the thing is, my opponent can get another Tailwind up, but I've got a fair amount of pressure going on right now. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna just Rock Slide and switch Lele out for terrain control. And it's Zapdos. Yeah. So yeah, definitely not complaining about the miss. That was definitely very fortunate. I wish I stayed in with Zapdos and gambled a little bit, but I really just didn't want to get Encored. But in retrospect, I don't know. Like, that's why Whimsicott, there are always so many mind games, because sometimes they don't even carry Encore. Which you're just like, oh, really? But, yeah, I mean, I'm at the point now where Whimsicott shouldn't do much damage. If anything, it can only go for maybe a Z-move or Nature Power, but Lele can just block that once I come back in. And Coco actually protects, which is fine by me. So I can just Rock Slide Heat Wave away now. We actually see Fake Tears, so that's kind of cute. Into the Landorus slot. Okay. I don't know. I think if you're my opponent, you should just Fake Tears and attack there. Like, why protect with Coco? Yeah, Whimsicott dodges that. That's fine. I think I'll just Heat Wave here. And switch out into Lele. Yeah. I need to blow my nose because I've got a little bit sick. If you can't tell, I'm a little bit congested, so I'll be right back. Let me know what happens, guys. Actually, I'm watching from afar. Sorry you guys had to hear that. Ugh. I had like a slight cold. Just the change in weather the last couple of days from going from like tropical Singapore to New York freezing to decent back in California. We used to the Fake Tears go to Zapdos. I could get Thunderbolted here. Ooh, it's actually Z-move. Okay. That's fine. I probably lose Zapdos here, but that means that Metagross, or sorry, Lele, or sorry, I can't speak properly. Coco has committed its Z-move. It also now means that you can't Fake Tears, because I have Psychic Terrain up on whatever is grounded, so you can't Fake Tears Lele or Metagross. Although you can't Fake Tears Metagross anyway. But I'm totally fine trading Zapdos here. I wanted to switch Landers out anyway, because like -1 band Rock Slide's not doing too much. So nice play. Obviously, Coco is still quite a potent threat. But now I can just bring in my Metagross, and either Lele or Metagross should be able to knock out the Koko. I guess maybe my opponent can win still if I miss. I'm just going to double up into Koko, Psychic, Mega Evolve, then Headbutt. Because either of those should knock out. Terrain is up for me, which is good. The Whimsicott can't Prankster use anything against me because of Psychic Terrain. Yeah, I wish I could have seen how this game would have played out without the Overheat miss, because it would have been a lot more interesting. Whimsicott Tailwinds, that's fine. As long as I hit the Zen Headbutt. I'm assuming Thunderbolt's going into Koko, or into Lele. I don't even know if that knocks me out, to be honest. We'll see. Yeah, it does, with the crit. I actually don't think that knocks out without the crit, but that's fine. So hopefully I don't miss here. Alright, nice. Even if I miss, though, I don't think... Like, my opponent would need another crit, I think. So, it's so satisfying to see Metagross or Mega Metagross land a Zen Headbutt. But now it's Whimsicott against the world. Obviously not going to be able to do too much. So we saw Fake Tears, we saw Tailwind. That was pretty much it. So I'm curious what other moves it had. I'm going to guess it didn't have Encore, or my opponent just predicted me to predict the Encore. Both which would be good plays. So yeah, just bring Landorus now. I can just Iron Head. I mean, once you get a game off against Whimsicott, it's normally game over. I mean, occasionally they can have Endeavor, or if they are the Z move variant, but you're gonna see a lot less Z Whimsicotts. Like we saw it in 2017 a fair amount, but you're not gonna see that as much in 2018, obviously, because of the fact that they're just better Z move users. And like Koko's, I mean, Koko with the Electrium Z is actually super popular in 2018 as well. So, like, it wasn't too surprising to see Koko have it here. But, yep, I'm just going to double up here, and that's game. So, Overheat miss, definitely unfortunate. Just because the Lele, like, once I saw that miss, I was like, okay, I probably have this one. The Koko, of course, could have put on some more pressure had it gone for the Electric Z move onto my Lele instead of switching out. There is the Nature Power, too. So going for the Psychic, it does have that, but not the Z move. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm going to guess it's Focus Sash. I went for the knockoff because I was curious to find its item, but it is Sash. Okay. So I'll get the knockout, and we do get a win. Not the cleanest of wins, but hey, we take those. I mean, I hate Overheat for that reason. Like, Overheat and Draco Meteor, those two moves, just because they're so strong. I think my opponent played pretty well overall, too. Although, like, sacrificing both Charizard and Landorus was kind of questionable, but maybe my opponent just thought I can bring it back 2-4. I think, like, if I'm my opponent in the mid-game, I consider, like, what do you want to sacrifice? You probably want to conserve Charizard, because, although maybe my opponent was scared of Politoed in the back for me, so that would make sense as well. Because at that point, I did not reveal Metagross yet, yeah. But I'm thinking if I'm my opponent, I'm thinking, okay, wow, this is kind of bad, because I missed the Overheat, so what I'm going to do is sack and then get another Tailwind up. Because, like, I was, you know, the beginning of the game was okay because I was able to match the Whimsicott's Tailwind, but if you're able to set one up, like a second Tailwind up when I can't get Tailwind up, then that puts me in a really awkward position. So, I think, I don't know, maybe my opponent could have done that. But, yeah, the miss definitely made things a lot easier for me, so we definitely take those. That was a game. So I did end up, I think, calling the 4 Pokemon my opponent would bring, right? Because in T-Preview, I was like, yeah, probably Whimsicott, Charizard, Koko, Landorus. So that wasn't too surprising. And I did really want the Politoed. It's just that Politoed really sucks against Koko. Because it gets obliterated by the Z move. And then Whimsicott could take advantage of Nature Power as well. But we're going to find Yuchi from Japan. The rating of 1509 for our next opponent of the day. Running a team of... it's the... Is this the... No. I was going to say it's like the rain team that we used. But had a QR code. But this one has Koko over Tornadus. Or Thunderous. Yeah. I got flashbacks to the GBA because I do currently have Pelipper, Ludi, and Swampert. By the way, if you haven't checked out the GBA, I am playing in a singles league now, so if you're interested in watching me get wrecked in singles, go check out my last match, link in the description below. Or not. Whatever you want. So, this is pretty interesting because it's rain against rain. I definitely need Zapdos in this matchup. Man, this sucks. Because I want to go Zapdos, Lele, Ludi. I'll try if I can actually go Ludi Zapdos. Because that gets me a fake out right off the bat. With Lele and... Huh. This last one is kind of tough. I'm thinking maybe Metagross, because if I get Tailwind up and my opponent doesn't, then Zen Headbutt should one-shot the Ludi Colo. I don't want my own Poly here. And I don't really want... If I had superpower on Landers, I'd consider it, but without it, I don't think so. So I'm going to go with a very different mode than what I'm typically used to. But let's see how this plays out. Yeah, it's definitely a pretty interesting comp from my opponent's end. I think the hard rain mode is strong, but it's just kind of one-dimensional. So we'll see if my opponent can prove me wrong here. But my opponent does have Tailwind on their own end as well. I totally, like, Pelipper also obviously threatens Ludi a fair amount. So it's going to be Coco and Polly. Okay. Also, I just realized, yeah, my opponent has 2 rain set users. That's really interesting. I mean, this is a really good lead for me, though. Because my opponent sets up the rain for me, and I get Tailwind up for free. The only question is, do I want to just commit and Z-move into Coco immediately? Because that would be the safest play. I'm leaning towards yes. I could just go for Fake Out if I wanted to conserve the Z-move. It's probably better, to be honest. But this lead is phenomenal for me. I really want to predict the Coco switching out into something. I think I'm just going to Z-move, to be honest. Because even if you bring in the Ferrothorn, then I could just Heat Wave Ice Beam next turn. If you protect, then the Hydro Vortex will do enough that Scald will knock out. Nice. That's perfect. As long as he's not Sash, but if he's Sash, you're not going to do anything really in return. So this lead worked out really nicely. I mean, I figured, like, that's the thing, right? If you're running Rain, you kind of have to set up Rain. Otherwise, you could go with the mode Ludi, Swampert, Ferrothorn, and Coco, but that's so awkward because, you know, Swampert's just going to get outsped by my Ludicolo. So this should knock out Coco unless it's Sashed, and it's not Sashed, so that's perfect. That's why I didn't want to Fake Out, because I figured if he's switching out, then something is going to take a huge attack anyway, and I might as well just get that damage off than just going for a Fake Out. So I get my Tailwind up as well. Probably just Ice Beams, that's fine. Into Zapdos. And it doesn't do even half. Nice. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. So that's really good. The other thing is my opponent has Ludi, so that's what I was going to say. I could actually swap out into my Lele with Psychic Terrain to block a Fake Out, but you're really going to fake me out right now? Probably not. I do want to conserve Zapdos, though, in case there is a Ferrothorn in the back. So I think I'm going to Giga Drain here and switch out into Lele. Basically, this is saying, like, I have Tailwind up now as well, right? So my Metagross should be able to outspeed the Ludicolo. My Ludicolo is the fastest thing around. And I want to conserve Zapdos because the Ferrothorn is still a major win condition against me, even though that turn 1 was perfect. So I gotta be careful. And he fakes out. That's even better. I don't know if I agree with the Fake Out, but I guess Zapdos is pretty speedy at this point, but that just makes my life so much easier. Is that weakness? Oh, it's a Jack button. Oh my god, I was like, weakness policy Polytoad? Are you serious? Yeah, I mean, this highlights how, like, me having multiple dimensions to my team is really good, because against this kind of rain comp. Oh, and it's Swampert in the back. That's, yeah, it's over. Like, I literally just Giga Drain Psychic now. I don't think my opponent can do anything, to be honest. Yeah, like, the lead was just perfect, because my opponent set up Rain for me, but even if my opponent did set up Rain, like, that means you have to go with a combination of Coco, Ludi. I guess Ludi Coco could have been a really good lead for my opponent, because then you also pressure Fake Out. I don't know who's faster. He stays in. Mega Evolves. But, like, Ludi against Ludi, like, you're not going to do anything in return, and I still have Tailwind going. And I've still got Metagross in the back. Swampert protects, so that's a good play. I could have doubled up on Ludicolo, but you don't really see any pressure to do that right now. The fact that there's no Ferrothorn in the back is also good news for me. And yeah, I'm Scarf Lele under Tailwind. That's not even AV Ludicolo. Psychic almost knocks it out, and it's probably gonna Water Z move my Lele right now. But yeah, you're not gonna win by knocking out Lele because my Ludicolo just beats your entire team right now. So what this means is Hydro Vortex knocks out the Lele, but then I get a free switch it into Zapdos, to which I can just Thunderbolt Ludicolo and Giga Drain, and there's nothing my opponent can really do to stop that. Yeah. But man, Scarf Lele just does so much damage. Unfortunately, it doesn't really get like one-hit knockouts, but it chips things just so much. Yeah, I'll bring Zapdos just so my opponent doesn't know my fourth yet. That also means I can potentially set up another Tailwind. But I'm just going to Giga Drain Thunderbolt at this point. Like, I don't see any way my opponent can win because of my Ludicolo. And in fact, I even get my special defense boost here. So if I wanted to get cheeky, I could actually go for a Roost instead. I don't see a reason to do that because I could get frozen. I'm just going to Giga Drain, Swampert, and T-Bolt. I suppose Swampert could be... I was going to say it could be faster, but I still have one turn of Tailwind, so I don't know what my opponent's going to do. Yeah, that turn one pretty much won me the game, I'd say. Although, that's why I didn't need to conserve the Zapdos, because I think it could have been very likely that I lost the game, actually, if my opponent did have, like, a banned Ferrothorn in the back. And Zapdos went down, because then it would just obliterate Ludicolo. Oh, although I guess I'd have Metagross. But then it's Metagross against Ferrothorn, which is pretty ugly. Swampert goes for the double, doesn't get it, unfortunately. Even if it got it, though, like, what would you really do, right? You would need a freeze, maybe, but then I could Scald to get it. Although I don't even have Scald on this Ludi, so maybe that's what my opponent was going for. Getting an Ice Punch freeze, and hoping that it was faster. Swampert was faster, but I don't fall for the double protect, because there's literally no other play to go for at that point. Maybe swapping Ludi out into Poly, just because Ludi could fake out the Zapdos, because Poly's not doing anything. But yeah, this was a game where like my opponent set up the raid for me, and I knew I didn't need to bring my own raid, and that made my life a lot easier. I think if Pelipper had Focus Sash, then maybe it was worth bringing Pelipper into this matchup, but I'm going to guess it's the Damp Rock version, because typically I think that's what we see on hard rain teams. So we did get another win there. I'll probably play 3 games again. We are slightly lower ladder right now, so games are going by a little bit quicker as well. But yeah, pretty straightforward game, one in which like the lead really just... Like Ludicolo just beats opposing rain teams. My opponent had nothing for Ludi, honestly, other than maybe the Coco. But I don't know, like, given that my opponent's Ludi had the Z move, I don't even know if Coco had a Z move. If it did, then Ludi would have been able to survive attacks. But yeah, the lead, like, what could my opponent have led, really? Nothing, honestly. That's why Ludi Zapdos was like pretty perfect against their team. So once again, we take those. Alright, let's just see what we find for our third opponent of the day. I think the games so far we've had definitely have highlighted some of the plus sides of this team. I've actually brought Zapdos a lot more than I'm used to. I haven't led rain as much just because we faced against a lot of weather, but of course that's VGC 18 in a nutshell, right? You're going to face against a lot of Charizards, Tyrannitars. Those are the 2 main ones. But all the weathers are present to some extent. And the Rain Mirror, we saw how it could go in the last one. Zapdos basically just gives me such a leg up because Tailwind plus Rain means I outspeed everything. If you excuse me, I'm going to go blow my nose again. Meanwhile, talk to me about how your day is, guys. I want to know. Talk to the computer screen. Oh, being suck. I was gonna say being suck 6, but obviously I meant being 6 sucks. I was even worse a couple of days ago. I was like super drowsy and tired. So at least now it's just like a slightly stuffy nose and a very gentle cough. But still not fun, definitely. But I'm done with classes for the next couple of days at least. So hopefully I can get some rest. We're gonna find our next opponent of the day. Running a team of... Ooh, a Selgor again. We saw a Selgor yesterday. It didn't do as much as I thought it would. But this time we got a Selgor, Combo, Zapdos, Landorus, Charizard, and Lele. So I'm definitely leading Lele Zapdos here, I think. Yeah, that's like without a doubt. Definitely want Metagross here. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to go with Poly again. Sorry, Politoed. Ludi, you can make a case for it, but Landorus just seems solid. Yeah. Like, the reason, I don't know, Lele Zapdos Metagross is a really cool core, and, like, Landorus obviously is just so good. I know some of you guys are probably tired of seeing Landorus. I'm sorry for incorporating it onto a team again. It just fit. I wanted to use Band Landorus as opposed to, like, the Assault Vest one I was using earlier, just because Band Landorus can be really fun, especially when you have Helping Hand Politoed. But, alright, let's see. Our game of the day, what do we run into? I think, I mean, the thing with these teams is that because I have Scarf Lele and Psychic Seed Zapdos, I don't have to worry as much about the Aselgor lead. Because normally the Aselgor lead is really oppressive, and what that does, as we saw in yesterday's episode, is you go for an Acid Spray. Aselgor is pretty much the fastest Pokemon because it has Unburden, and it's base 135. So, you know, you remember how fast Drifloon was with Unburden in 2017. Now Aselgor is pretty much the fastest Pokemon. My opponent actually does choose to lead with Aselgor Lele, though. Okay, interesting. So, I can just Psychic Aselgor and Tailwind. Unless... I was going to say, depending on whose terrain goes off first, we'll see who has control. That's mine, right? Yeah. I mean, I'm definitely going to Tailwind here. I just want to Tailwind and Psychic a Subword, to be honest. I'm not worried about the Lele on my opponent's end because of Metagross in the back. And I'm not sure Moonblast... I don't think Moonblast will knock out, but I think Psychic might still knock out, despite the special defense increase. So let's see if we can pull this off. Could have Moonblasted Lele as well, but it wouldn't knock out my opponent's Lele. I'd rather just like make sure Selgor doesn't get any more than one attack off. It might go for a taunt, but it actually chooses just the Acid Spray. So it actually is going to target down my Zapdos, but I don't think that knocks out unless it's Z Lele, which it could be. Oh, and it is Scarfed as well. That should have knocked me out then. Yeah, nice. That's superb. That survival is such a big deal. Wait, did I miss it then? I thought my terrain went off first. Do we speed tie? There's no way. Huh. Interesting. It's just me blanking out. Yeah, I think I confused my opponent's terrain going up first for my terrain going up first, which was a blunder. But now I know it's Scarf Lele, which is really good information, and more importantly, I get my Tailwind up, which is a huge deal. Because that means, like, my opponent, like, one, I can double up onto the Lele slot this turn to possibly just pick up a knockout immediately. Two, like, with Scarf Lele, that means, because I've already knocked out one thing, and I know it's Scarf Lele, if I pick up another knockout, Scarf Lele is forced to come back in, and then you still have to deal with 2 turns of Tailwind, in which I know you can't protect. So that's one of the downsides. Although it's actually Zapdos coming in from my opponent, so now that could potentially set up a Tailwind of its own, which could make this interesting. Is it Psychic Seed as well? No, it's not. Given that it's not Psychic Seed, I kind of just want to double up into my opponent's Zapdos, and I think that's what I'm going to go for. I'm going to guess it's... actually, it shouldn't be Electric Z. That wouldn't make much sense because you have Como. But my other play was the Psychic Thunderbolt the Lele slot. I don't like that too much because I know you're locked into Psychic right now. So if you knock my Zapdos out, I would just get a free switch into Metagross, which is... or even Landorus, both which are really good. But I'd probably switch into Metagross. Yeah, he just stays in with both. That's fine. So ideally, I get the knockout here on Zapdos, because that would be amazing. And it'll be really close. I think I should get the knockout. Let's see. Nice. Yeah, that's game. And the reason why that's game is because now Metagross just knocks out Lele. Unless the Psychic targets my Lele slot, but no, targets on Zapdos. Yeah, so my opponent, like, basically I doubled up onto Zapdos because I know I need to deny Tailwind at this point, because if my opponent sets up Tailwind, then maybe my opponent can get back into this one, because then he or she will have an extra turn of Tailwind than me. But I know Lele's Scarf right now, so I can really just play to my advantage using that. And this is, yeah, the last couple of games have really highlighted how good Psychic Seed Zapdos can be. And that's why I'm not worried about the Selgor Lele lead at all, because that lead does give a lot of other teams, like, a ton of trouble. Which is why it's, like, really, really strong. It's something you should definitely prepare for. But I'm just going to bring out Metagross now, to which I can just Iron Head Lele, Psychic, whatever's coming in. And because I have one more turn of Tailwind, you know, Lele definitely can't do anything right now other than Psychic, so I can just Iron Head to guarantee a knockout. With my opponent's last Pokemon being Charizard too, and I've got Landorus in the back, so it's pretty much locked up. The only way my opponent could win here is Heat Wave, double crit, or you don't need to crit Metagross. Heat Wave crits and knocks out Lele. I don't even know if a crit Heat Wave would knock out Lele, to be honest. Because right now, like I mentioned, because I know Lele has the Scarf, I can just Iron Head that slot safely, so that's a guaranteed knockout. And there's no point in like trying to double up. I guess I could have doubled up into Charizard, because Lele's locked into Psychic. So in retrospect, that actually probably would have been better, just Iron Head and Psychic Charizard to guarantee a knockout. So I actually misplayed there. There's no reason to Iron Head Lele. You know, I want the knockout, but I mean, the one upside of getting the knockout is that it does not, once I knock out Lele, it doesn't threaten the Landorus in the back. But I suppose if my opponent Heat Wave, crits Lele, crit burns, I think that's what, I don't think a crit would knock out Lele. I think you need a crit burn to knock out Lele. Because Psychic 2-shots Charizard, definitely. And if he's Mega Evolving, then you're definitely attacking here. So I should have Iron Headed Psychic Charizard, because Lele's locked into Psychic. And that just guarantees me not having to risk any misses. So I'm going to get the knockout on Lele, but that was not optimal. Iron Head and Charizard would have been better, so I could have thrown this. Like, I gave my opponent a small window of opportunity, but let's see what he or she does. He just Heat Waves, yep. And unfortunately, Lele avoids it, so it doesn't even have any chance to crit or burn. I don't even know if a crit burn would knock out, to be honest. And you would also need overheat. Although maybe single target Heat Wave knocks out. But yeah, if I could replay that, I would definitely have Iron-Headed the Charizard slot. Because I knew Lele was locked into Psychic. I just got kind of aggressive, like getting a knockout, because it's satisfying getting a knockout. This entire time, I was like, oh, if I just Iron Head, I'll knock it out. But don't play like me like that, because that actually gave my opponent a small window of opportunity, especially because I didn't know my opponent's moveset, right? So it could have been really ugly. I don't know the speed stat as well. I don't know if the server's just lagging because I locked in Landorus a lot earlier, or whether my DS is about to disconnect. But yeah, you can see on the bottom screen I already selected Landorus like a couple of seconds ago. Oh no, it's just lagging. Weird. Okay, so if Landorus is faster, then I definitely don't feel bad, but the thing is, I didn't know that, right? And I knew... Oh, wow, we actually did get disconnected. That sucks. Was that on my end? Wow, actually, I think that was on my end. Oh, man, I'll probably lose points for that, but we had the game 100% won after the Heat Wave miss anyway. So we don't get to find out whether Landorus is faster or not. I did blunder slightly, but I feel like I played that game pretty decently. I mean, I did get fortunate with the Zapdos survival, but I think Zapdos should survive that 100% of the time, so it wasn't really luck. And then, yeah, man, God, my school's Wi-Fi has been really bad the last couple of days. I try to play League of Legends, my ping is just awful, and then this, but yeah, I mean, I'll count that as a win in my book, because all I needed to click was Psychic and Knock Off, and it would have won us the game. So, yeah, that is going to be it for this episode, guys. We did get a couple of more games in. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I feel like Zapdos definitely put in a lot of work today. Ludicolo putting in a fair amount of work that second game. We really carried that entire game. No Politoed this time around, but I'm sure we'll see more of the Frog in the future. So, yeah, it's going to be it for this one, guys. Thank you guys for watching. As always, if you enjoyed, please show your support by leaving a like, and I'll catch you guys next time. All right, peace.